Okay, this is a very canned summary of the MH370 UFO fakery investigation. An individual has come forth named Jonas. 2 days ago, he uploaded a video called Comparing My 2012 Stock Images to the MH370 UFO Video. This character, Kim.com, created a large bounty. So using the Wayback Machine, this old video uploaded by Regicidanon depicts an aircraft, the MH370, supposedly getting disappeared in an inexplicable manner, as you see here, with orbs surrounding it. There's another version of the same video in thermal imaging, showing a similar disappearance of a craft from a completely different angle, as you can see here. So in response to Kim.com's bounty rewarded to those who can prove that the videos were faked, Jonas has appeared to show that proof. He displays a collection of photos, some of which are understood to have occurred over the skies of Japan near Mt Fuji at the time of January 2012. At this moment, the biggest controversy in his proof is the concern that the previous image hosting website Textures had an older version of the site that could house images from as far back as 2012. However, the newer version of the website will not show photo origin data prior to 2014. Jonas pulled images from the newer version of the website. I'll play a segment for you from his video.
Let's scrutinize these images a little bit more. One thing I have to point out, so these are RAW files. CR2 is the format that Canon uses. I use Sony now for a long time, use a different, but this is the format for Canon, or at least it was back in the day. EXIF data like this, like dates and stuff, you can tamper with it. So you should know it is possible to fake it. I'm not sure if you can fake it on a RAW file, but you can definitely fake it on a JPEG or a TIFF or whatever. These photos are real, but I won't be surprised if people are like, oh no, you messed with it or whatever, like can't convince everyone. Anyway,
and that's the key point. He's about to show you the contents of this photo here.
So the reason I'm picking this photo is because, and I'm surprised that no one on Reddit found this because they were able to geolocate some random island, but there's Mount Fuji right here in the background. So that's pretty obviously, and you can see the shoreline and the cities here. It's pretty obviously like Japan, this is Mount Fuji. I'm sure you can compare it with pictures on the web and you can check where like the settlements are and stuff. Anyway, this was taken at the exact same time as the photos that were used in the composited video. And I'm gonna try to prove that by comparing the cloud formations. So what a sensor spot is basically when you change the lens on your camera, sometimes a little speck of dust or dirt can get in and get on the camera sensor. When that happens and you take a picture, especially against the sky, you get a little dot like this. It's kind of like having a squiggle on your eye. So it's always in the same spot. So you can see here, I didn't clean it, so it's in the same spot. And then you can see it's in the same spot here too. This is obviously portrait and landscape, so you have to rotate it, but it's also right here in the middle. The same, let me just zoom in a little bit. The same sensor spot is right here. And this is the Mt Fuji photo. So I will open all of these. I don't think I need to change any of the settings. It'll be fine. Okay, so let's go back to the footage for a second. And I'm just gonna take a screenshot so we can compare the cloud formations. Okay. So I'm gonna take this chunk, paste it in here. And I can already see it where the matching area is. So obviously it looks like it's been color corrected and stretched a bit. So let me try to edit this here quickly so you can kind of see what a little bit of post will do. So it looks like it was stretched like that. And then maybe looks like it's a little bit bluer. And then obviously just blown out, crush the contrast. Just gonna try to color correct it, what this person would have probably done in the software. Sorry about that. So this looks really similar. I mean, even the specks on the ocean are in the exact same spot. Like this is uncannily similar. It must be some act of God that this exact same cloud formation. And even this part that's coming in here on the side seems to match this, right? So let me just take a bigger chunk so you can see. Yeah, so you can even see that this part here matches this part. Let's see if we can find some more. It also looks like this kind of haze area here isn't.
You can see this cloud formation here, and in comparing to Jonas' video, you find that the imaging itself is inverted. Create a right-hand, left-hand version. The entire case for MH370 fakery rests singly on the legitimacy of this photo. A user named Ken S extracted the photos from the file collection, which I believe is here. I did not choose to download it because you can't scan for viruses prior to download. So Ken's claim is that the images are real and they were published in 2012 on the website. We've been able to find at least 2 from the collection that match the old website, but still looking for these 2 specific images in the video. So another user, Zion Train, follows up. So you found the specific photos used in the hoax dating to 2012, and there is no possible way that the date's data could have been manipulated? To which Ken responds, not that I can see. We have found 2 image matches from 2012 that were in the Jonas collection with the images used in the UAP video. We still haven't found the specific image, 1842 and 1844, that were used in the UAP video from 2012 though. So contrary to your previous statement, no one has independently found these images anywhere that can corroborate them being real and predating the videos. That seems really weird given how hard we're looking and that they have inaccurate angle, lighting, and are taken through commercial airplane windows. So this is the Wayback Machine entry for the website cgtextures.com, the older version of the textures.com website. We are opened to the aerials folder with a date set of July 18th, 2012. So this Mt Fuji image with these derivative images are not able to be found on the very first page of the Wayback entry for the older version of the Textures website. And unfortunately, when you try to click to go to the next page of the website, the page doesn't open up. You see these set of images here. Ken did find a corollary for the old version of the Textures website shown here. However, we do not have a confirmation of the relationship between this photo you see and the alleged Mt Fuji photos, which would be necessary to link all the photos to a date before March 2014 when MHC 370 disappeared. You see, it is possible to have some fake images mixed in with real images to confuse the matter concerning origin. And I'll just share with you this comment made by Ashton at this point just 10 hours ago on December 10th. He writes, I'm not sure what's going on, but it stinks. The person who found the images admitted that they had an axe to grind with me for dunking on their favorite YouTuber, the Corridor Crew. One of the only questions I asked Jonas was if he knew, which he admitted he had followed the Corridor Crew for 15 years, but claims he hadn't seen their videos about me. I asked the Jonas Dero delete his YouTube video after refusing the 10K bounty, which was contingent upon him signing an affidavit stating he wasn't lying or making anything up. I will follow up in the morning with more details. Thanks to everyone fighting for the truth, Ashton. And so here we have what looks like a Reddit post, presumably by Jonas. I'm gonna read a portion of it. Prior to last week, I had not seen those MH370 videos at all. I did watch Corridor Crew videos about them debunking it. I've been a VFX artist for 20 plus years, so when they showed the portal footage, I found it funny and instantly recognized it. I felt a bit offended by Ashton claiming it was impossible to make something like this and that you could not make something original or not even pixels match at all. His BS, not knowing anything about VFX trade. Eventually I decided to look at textures.com since it was a site I used a lot for textures around 10 years ago. Made a search for clouds and got around 400 results, most of them easily to dismiss since the angle cloud pattern was different. Eventually I did find the ones that looked somewhat similar in angle, pattern, and color, so I looked closer to them and I did find one cloud pattern that was a very close match. The clouds were flipped horizontally. Then we conclude, so it now feels good knowing I was the one that managed to shatter Ashton's belief that those videos was real. So it seems like we're not necessarily dealing with an unbiased individual, but it's just human nature. Okay, then you have this interesting exchange between Kim.com and Ashton. Kim says, I don't like this, Ashton. Jonas is a good guy. He answered all of our questions patiently and provided all evidence we asked for. The videos are debunked. It's over. Asking him to delete this video, trying to make Jonas look bad, shows that you're in denial. Let it go. And then Ashton replies, I appreciate you, Kim, but I gotta go with my gut in this one. The guy claiming to be on the flight doesn't make the pictures real, and no one has been able to find them. I'll check to see if I missed anything overnight. So again, if you can find proof of these photos existing before March 2014, that will effectively shut the case. Otherwise, we have to assume the possibility of very elaborate trickery or a dead end due to missing photos. If there are any additional updates, I'll let you guys know. Thanks for watching.